Picture this. You're playing a video game and you're down to your last life. What do? You start playing more carefully. You start looking for ways to get your lives back. Otherwise, you will lose that last life. And it is game over. In a way, our planet is facing a very similar predicament. The call for climate action has never been as urgent as it is now. Scientific data is irrefutable. Ice sheets have decreased in mass. Glaciers are retreating almost everywhere around the world, and global sea levels have risen about 6 to 8 inches in the last century. And since the late 19th century, the acidity of surface ocean waters has increased by 25%, and the average surface temperature of our planet has increased by 1.1 degrees Celsius. Now, you must have felt it yourself, or heard people around you say that winters aren't cold enough nowadays. Well, you are not alone. In fact, people all around the world are feeling the same. Here's something interesting. Back in July of 2023, we saw the hottest day ever recorded in our planet's history. And this record stood for just 3 days. On day 4, it was broken again. Now, I know that we humans are very fascinated by records and breaking them, but trust me, when it comes to the average temperature of our planet, we do not want to break these records ever again. On a more solemn note, this increase in global temperatures has also led to an increase in the frequency and intensity of weather extremes. Allow me to cite some examples from 2023. Gigantic wildfires ripped through parts of Canada. India battled a torrential monsoon season, and uncontrollable wildfires caused by high winds and dry vegetation tore through Maui, devastating an entire town. The well-being of our planet is at an all-time low, and climate scientists have agreed that in the coming years, these weather anomalies will only continue to grow more frequent and intense unless action is taken on a planet-wide scale to rein in global temperatures. But just how much reining in are we talking about? Well, the number that was internationally agreed upon in the Paris Agreement, which was signed in 2015 by 195 countries, is 1.5 degrees Celsius. Now, 1.5 degrees Celsius doesn't seem like much, right? Well, in the grand scheme of our planet, this figure is pretty crucial. An increase of just 1.5 degrees Celsius in our planet's temperature could risk unleashing far more severe consequences of climate change than what we have already witnessed so far. We're talking about more extreme weather events, widespread species extinction, the displacement of millions of people. Humanity could be on the brink of a global game over, and there will be no reset option, no choice to play again. But listen, when I use the words game over, don't think of those apocalyptic events that you see in movies. Don't think of volcanoes erupting, tsunamis swallowing up entire towns, fireballs raining down from the sky, the earth cracking up. No. Rather, think of 1.5 degrees Celsius as the turning point, after which we will be compelled to take more urgent and stringent actions to reverse the effects of climate change. In fact, it is something that the world needs to be prepared for. The official report released after the recent COP28 held here in Dubai states that overshooting 1.5 degrees Celsius is fast becoming inevitable, and minimizing the magnitude and duration of overshoot is essential. The longer that the world spends in overshoot, the greater the risk of us passing crucial climate tipping points. and the greater the damage done to climate-vulnerable societies, ecosystems, and economies. We need to act, and we need to act now. But how do we motivate 8 billion people to take meaningful action? Well, the answer lies in a concept that has been transforming how we approach challenges in our daily lives: gamification. Now, gamification is more than just a buzzword. It's a powerful tool that harnesses the elements that make games so appealing to the human psyche. It involves the use of game mechanics and design techniques to engage, motivate, and influence behavior. Think badges, leaderboards, points, rewards, personalization, and a lot more. The power of gamification lies in its ability to tap into a person's innate tendency to compete, whether it is against ourselves or others. We as humans have a natural inclination to try harder when competition comes into play. The incentive theory, a major theory of motivation, states that our behavior is dictated by a desire for external rewards. Our actions are greatly influenced by reinforcements, which in turn lead to the embedding and repetition of behavior which is now considered desirable. Here's an example. I'm learning Spanish on a popular language learning platform, which boasts of tens of millions of users. Now, among many gamified concepts, this platform uses the concept of streaks to motivate users to practice each and every day. So every day that you practice, your streak is extended, and if you miss a day, it's reset to 0. This incentivization has kept me hooked to the platform. No matter how busy or full my schedule is, no matter how tired I am, I will still do that one lesson every day because I don't want to lose my streak. And this is just one example. Whether you're aware of it or not, gamification is all around us. From loyalty programs that reward you with points and discounts, to fitness trackers that encourage you to take more steps each day, to educational apps that motivate you to learn something new by dangling the incentive of a high streak. Gamification has the potential to spur you into action. It can urge you to do something, even if you may lack the initial motivation. But how can gamification pave the path to net zero? Well, the answer lies in the incredible way that gamification can be seamlessly blended into sustainability initiatives, and the way that it can motivate individuals to make positive and planet-friendly changes in their behavior. The truth is that gamification has already started taking root to modify behavior. Gamified apps have been successfully implemented in many cities. Consumers can collect points for sustainable actions, such as purchasing eco-friendly products, conserving energy at home, using public transport, or recycling plastic water bottles. Something like this. These points can then be redeemed for real-world rewards, such as discounts, vouchers, or access to exclusive services. Now let's look at the boundless potential of gamification and virtual reality to create immersive experiences which can help users understand the true impacts of climate change. Imagine being able to allow individuals to virtually step into a futuristic, climate change-ravaged planet Earth, a possible future. This would be far more effective than leaving people to read arbitrary, largely ineffective and incomprehensible statistics about climate change. Allow me to draw your attention to the United Nations Mission 1.5 project. This project was launched back in 2020 and is essentially a survey built around a mobile game. It educates users on climate policy, as well as provides them with the platform to vote on solutions that they want to see happen. So while creating an engaging learning experience for users, this platform also helped global policymakers gain a deeper understanding of global perceptions on climate change. As we face pressing environmental challenges, it is crucial that we explore innovative ways to promote sustainability. And seeing as the gaming industry is bigger than the music and film industries combined, gamification has the potential to reach people who haven't traditionally been involved in climate discussions. As of January 2024, there are 5.3 billion internet users worldwide. That is over 65% of the global population. Now imagine all of these billions of people engaged, educated, and empowered by gamified platforms, and making collective efforts to safeguard the environmental well-being of our planet. The individual efforts of these people and their united voices will create a movement which will be inclusive, impactful, and impossible to ignore, and will compel decision makers at the levels of companies, conglomerates, and even nations to take bigger strides in doing their part for sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, it's as simple as this. When it comes to building a sustainable, net zero future for our planet, gamification can truly be a game changer. So, are you ready to play? Thank you.